1949.
Sorry, I've been stunned to silence by that shocking fucking noise. This is going to be a pretty low quality video, lads. 1949.
Do we mean recording or the actual film?
No, the film comes through my headphones. I don't know if it's just volume or if it's just really bad quality.
Turn it down a little bit.
Yeah. Alright. Sorry, yeah, this is Albert and Costello's Africa Screams.
A documentary based on a true story.
Yep.
Where is it Mr. Costello plays an actual real life adventurer, right?
Stanley Livingston.
Stanley Livingston, yeah. Who, as we all know, found America.
He did find America. And Bud Abbott is playing Buzz Johnson, who was the first man on the moon.
Ah,
so
yes.
it's quite an interesting meeting of...
Yeah. Oh. And recently got in trouble for drug accusations as well, right?
Who, the first man on the moon?
Yeah.
I thought he was dead, to be honest.
Up, you fool, up! I'll show you who the boss is. Sit up, I said.
That cat is well cute.
It is a really cute cat. He's having none of that whip.
He's gonna fuck that guy right up. Oh, major plot twist already.
This feels like we've missed quite a lot of what...
Sorry, please, let me help you.
That was a very sudden, like, big orchestral...
Oh, she's got no leg.
Oh, yeah.
Wait, what?
This has gone well too quickly for me. I don't know what's going on.
How were the audiences back then meant to cope?
Wait a minute. Take it away.
And they say that modern kids have short attention spans. This was straight into, look at this funny thing with the cat.
Yeah.
I'm scared to death. What?
Is this like the equivalent of YouTube back then?
I can't understand why you have this terrible fear of animals in you. What is it? When I was a little baby, I was scared by my piggy bank. Oh, that's nice. You want to hear something worse? What? I was 15 years old before I ate my first animal cracker. Come on, the store's about to open up. Fix up your counters. Let's get to work. Go on.
I want a kid.
I feel like we should be talking.
Yeah,
This does seem to be quite funny.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. That's the truth.
Now, Albert and Costello, of course, were a very famous and successful comedy duo.
Yeah.
Influenced a lot of comics to follow.
Yeah, they done that. Bring me sunshine. Bring me love.
That's a beautiful voice you've got there. I didn't know that you...
I'm wasted.
I'm the salesman, Stanley
In
Livingston.
IT, mate, I need to be singing.
All Jungle Books. And at 11 o'clock, giving a lecture.
Yeah. You got a book by the name of Dark Safari by Cuddleford.
Doc Safari by Cuddleford. We did have it, but we got rid of it some time ago. I want to tell you, gentlemen, I read that book. I had nightmares for 9 months.
Oh.
Now, is this a library?
You remember a map?
Or a bookstore?
And that book? Of course I remember it.
Or what? And if so, why is he wearing a safari outfit to work?
Map in that book for $1,000.
And does he work there?
Maybe he used to be part of the Boy Scouts. And the entire thing is never be unprepared, right? Be prepared for everything. So this guy is prepared for any safari-related venture.
Maybe he's mentally defective. And they just keep him on as like an equal opportunities employer, like just bumping up the rank.
Brings the tax
Yeah.
down. It's tax deductible.
Yeah, they've got him a little ramp.
We do it at work. We
They've got
hire
him a wide
blacks.
door toilet.
Yeah.
You know, all these perks that...
So that's not a safari hat. That's one of them safety
Yeah,
helmets.
yes.
Time ago.
Oh dear, I was afraid of that. I've been to
Do you remember the safety dude who went shopping around Lakeside?
Oh, he was a fucking legend.
He was great.
Will you give me that again, please?
And also the very tiny security guard. We dubbed him Mario.
$2,500.
In Lakeside Thurrock, he used to be a security guard who might like a fella who was literally about 5 feet tall, and he had a beautiful Italian moustache. It was glasses,
Sexy.
He had his little shirt, and his little pants, and his little shoes, little hat to wear.
Tailor-made.
Yeah, and it was
What are you doing there?
the epitome of small man complex. He clearly got the job just to shout at people.
If you were smoking in Lakeside, that guy would fuck you up.
Yeah,
You are the luckiest person in
Wearing a hoodie? Oh,
No hoodies on his watch.
he would frog march you right out of
the
there.
world's greatest wild game hunters.
How exciting. Wild game hunters are my...
What I'm actually a little bit
This is really a
concerned
thrill.
about, Abbott Costello and Costello,
Abbott
obviously,
and Costello.
yeah, obviously quite a big thing. How did one of their films become public domain?
Wonderful.
That's so weird.
It's a good question. I don't know the answer.
Yeah, you'd think it'd be, you know, because they're so big.
Yeah.
That's like having a Tom Cruise film that hits public domain. You know, you'd think there'd be a company out there that would
Idea.
keep the rights alive.
Yeah.
Just because, you know, there are still to this day people who watch Abbott and Costello films, and this wasn't like their first movie. This was they're already, you know.
Well, this
famous,
this
right?
was
Dream about. But you should see the ones I get.
like they were quite prolific actors, and usually released through Universal.
I tell you, boss, the guy
This was the only release to this point that was United Artists.
Ah, okay.
So it might have been the studio's fault.
Well, you can relate.
Yeah.
It clearly was the studio's fault.
Or
it
that
didn't renege.
studio's fallen through since then, maybe.
Papa's department store.
That's where we found
Yeah, I haven't heard of United Artists. Do you know anything else?
This is our second United Artists film.
Oh, is it really?
I can't remember which one was the first.
It's not boding well for United Artists
No.
then.
You offer him 1,000 and he holds out for a higher price.
The minute he puts his foot through the door, I'll break every bone in his
You'll
head.
do no such
Are these
thing.
mafia?
When he leaves, you boys
they're
can
just
meet him
Italian.
outside.
Which I think is incredibly racist of you to
Now go
think
up
that
to
they're
town and
instantly
closing a deal with the man who's going to lead the safari.
mafia.
Name me one film with Italian characters that doesn't involve the mafia.
Scarface.
The film about the coke selling Cuban.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Sorry, I forgot about that. Well, that was a side plot, if anything.
Right.
Okay, Italians.
one Italian film.
Super Mario World.
Super Mario World.
Or Super Mario Brothers.
They were from Brooklyn.
Yeah.
They weren't Italian.
Yeah, they were. American Italian. They had pizzas and everything.
Oh, come on.
Bow to me right now as you try and think of some way. I mean, yeah, you could say
With that
Cooper's-
famous Italian-American Bob Hoskins in the lead role.
Name 4 other Italian Americans that could have fit the Mario.
There was Joey from Friends. Al Pacino, Robert De Niro.
Can you imagine Albert Pacino?
Sounds like a peanut factory.
I'd buy those peanuts.
What's the matter? Well, let me see this.
Al Pacino.
Yeah, Al Pacino as Mario. Can you imagine that?
Beautiful. Can
That would be beautiful, but you know what?
you imagine Ray Winston as Scarface?
Harry, did you answer the door?
No. Do I have to?
Answer the door.
Oh man, why are we not casting films? We're wasted.
Probably a very good reason for it.
We are absolutely wasted.
The office. Hide, I got a
Anyway, this
book and a butler.
lovely
These
sort
days I'll just,
is
well,
Hilary Brooke.
I'll just do it.
And I don't mind saying, I'd smash the fuck out of those
Yeah.
spies.
Unfortunately, since we've said Hilary Brooke, she's not appeared on the screen.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
not Hilary Brooke.
Oh,
That's some bloke.
Oh, then I take back what I've just mentioned.
Oh, who is knocking? Well, come in. Miss Emerson is busy for the moment. Will you step in the living room, please?
Yeah, Hilary Brooke as Diana Emerson.
Thank you.
He's quite a round fellow, isn't he?
He is very spherical. And he's got something on his finger.
It's a door knocker.
Oh.
I assume this is going to have an awful lot of visual gags, which I'm for, because visual
Yeah.
gags, they're not what they used to be, are they?
Visual gags.
Yeah.
Then Mr. Bean. I
Mr.
think was
Bean.
some of the greatest slapstick work of the 20th century.
Or obviously you've got the Naked Guns and Police,
Oh, yeah, like,
Police Quest.
would you say
Police
Naked
Quest?
Gun or
Police
Mr. Bean?
Will you give me a hint?
As the best visual gag?
Visual.
Naked Gun.
You think?
Police Quest, well, Police Quest. Police Squad, sorry, I keep getting that wrong.
Police Squad.
Yeah.
But I think Police Squad was more background visual. Whereas
Yes.
Mr. Bean was character acting, slapstick.
Yeah.
Scrupulous people.
If that map's one of the few in
I think Rowan Atkinson did a better job than Leslie Nielsen
have you in the palm of
of
his hand.
body acting.
This man coming
L-
tonight is...
Leslie
Let-
Nielsen was a better deadpan deliverer of
Yeah,
comedy.
yeah, exactly.
But
Leslie
and Police
Nielsen
Squad, like
do
you say, the
deadpan.
background visuals,
Yeah, that was-
the side jokes was always good.
Yeah, that was a sane man in a crazy world.
Yeah.
Whereas Mr. Bean was a crazy man in a sane world, effectively.
Very liberal.
On the contrary.
Have you read the theory about Mr. Bean?
I haven't.
About how it's actually it's really fucking dark. if you sit down and analyse it.
I'll put this hand in your pocket.
Okay.
And it's like there was a thing that there's an underlying tone of mental illness with it because he lives by himself.
Yeah.
His best friend that he talks to is a teddy bear.
Yeah.
He's massively antisocial. He's violent when he's angry. And he's only really got, I think there's like one female who turns up in a couple of episodes.
Yeah.
Who has got a crush on him, and he completely ignores or manipulates.
Wait, I'm gonna snoop around here and...
We've got a lot to learn from Mr. Bean. So this is Hilary Duff, right?
Close. This is Hilary Brooke.
Oh, okay.
Mr. Johnson.
Good, where are they?
She's quite attractive. Former model.
And we'll have
I think a lot of them were former models. Them.
Them.
A
People.
lot of Hollywood actresses
People
of that
of
time.
grace.
Yeah. But then again, I think even now, most successful actresses also do modelling work
Yes.
because it sells magazines.
Yeah.
I'm awfully sorry. Say, hold it. Wait, what you want? You know, you standing in front of this here picture reminds me of my last...
Did they go
in Africa.
Did they go the model route first, or then into movies?
Dangerous expedition.
I mean, you look at that lass that was in Transformers 1 and 2.
Lines, I imagine. Oh, there's no
She's
magic
pretty
about it.
in a very
Lines,
generic
no
way.
lines. Here or any place, there are lines. You can't imagine her lines.
It's like it's not.
She's pretty.
It's not girl next door pretty. It's model pretty.
She's really pretty
Gad, what a hunt.
in a way that not so pretty people would say, well, she's obviously pretty.
And when
Yes.
he worked, he didn't bag a line for 2.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
She's so pretty that she gets spite out of her prettiness. Yeah. No.
She got a massive backlash, I think.
Yeah.
Because when the first Transformers film out, I remember she was fucking everywhere.
Yeah.
She was. Every film magazine had a picture of her.
Oh,
that
yeah.
scene where she opens a bonnet
That. Yeah.
and does that, right? That was fucking everywhere. She
Yeah.
was in all the magazines. She was in interviews, everywhere. And then from nowhere, she was suddenly a massive bitch. She
Yeah.
was hard to work with. She was selfish. She was generally just they pushed her into you're not allowed to fancy her because she's a cunt,
Yeah.
essentially.
And it does make you wonder how much of that was accurate. I mean, if it's your first major film, you're not going to be a prick.
Clyde Beatty. Clyde Beatty. Clyde, it's...
But again, she didn't make it for the third movie.
Yeah, she might be a prick.
Oh yeah,
But
yeah,
it's just
definitely.
it just seems now that if anyone says like who would you if you could sleep with one person,
Yeah.
who would it be? And you say Megan Fox. It's almost like you're expected to go,
Yeah. Okay, so if you could sleep with one person, who would it be?
Betty White.
Betty. Oh fuck me, yes. Yeah, now as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I
just to say you've done it.
Yeah.
You know, you fuck one of the Golden Girls.
me about some of these exploits.
The pivotal Golden Girl as well, in my opinion. I love Betty White, and have you watched much Boston Legal?
No.
She is amazing in Boston
I
Legal.
didn't know she was in Boston.
She is fantastic in Boston Legal. You need to watch
Fantastic.
Fantastic. You need to watch Boston Legal just for Betty White. She's fucking amazing.
Clyde Beatty. I'll be seeing you around. Mr. Beatty.
She's also makes a couple of
Why, Mr. Johnson and Mr. Little.
appearances in Community as well, which were quite good.
Don't watch it either.
No, oh really? Community's alright. Used to be really good. Now
I've heard good things
it's
about Community, but it's being cancelled, right?
I wish it was cancelled.
I'm terribly
It's just
sorry.
got worse and worse.
He won't be able to draw the map.
But he's got to.
Disappointingly. Series 1 for free. Check them out. Amazing.
Intend to take a trip to
I should do that. Do you know what else Betty White? And this is going to be.
may be excused.
This is now the Betty White show.
This isn't going to
If
be
you don't mind, I think
up
it
to
would
date
be
news because this episode's going to come out in like fucking a month's time. But
Night, old friend.
Betty White was on Monday Night Raw
I
this
saw-
week as a guest host.
That's amazing. I heard about that. I didn't see it. Was she any good?
She was Betty White,
Yeah.
being old.
Which is all you need.
Yeah. The problem was that she was Betty White surrounded by wrestlers
Yeah.
who can't do comedy.
Now, if I play your card
So-
right, we'll get more than 20.
Yeah, so it was more of the awkward standoutness kind of thing.
But she's clearly really fucking old.
was there. Where?
So-
On the safari right now.
She's. I don't even want to hazard how old she is. I mean, the Golden Girls were
She was old in the Golden Girls.
Yeah, exactly.
I remember seeing the Golden Girls as a child.
Do you reckon she's like 90 plus?
Shall we have a look?
Yeah, let's have a look. Let's have
But
a
I
look.
remember seeing the Golden Girls as a child, like single digits age, and
Yes.
thinking, "Wow, she's really old."
Yeah, this is my nan.
So
And those Golden Gals probably weren't actually.
I think she's the only one who's not dead.
Yeah, I think she's the surviving one.
92.
92 and
That's pretty
fucking
fucking
game.
old.
Yeah, and still spry as well.
And she won a Grammy Award last year at 91, oldest person ever to win it.
Legend.
Splendid.
That's fine.
And for your
Yeah,
safety,
only
I'm
surviving
going
Golden
to
Girl
like
since
follow up.
2010.
Follow up.
Yes, he's the man who follows you in the jungle, and if you...
Also, the only one I remember staying in the limelight as well outside of the Golden Girls.
Oh, that's him now. Excuse me.
Well, anyway, back to the film.
Back to the film.
Africa Screams.
And that ass.
Now, you can ascertain from the fact that this film is called Africa Screams that we're going to go to a part of the world which could get Percy in a lot of trouble because of his outspoken views on tradition and heritage.
Outspoken by who?
Uh,
I think underspoken.
underspoken,
Just
that's
so
not
we-
even a term. Understated is a term.
We need to coin that term then, don't we?
Underspoken.
Well, we're going after orangutan gargantua.
Yep.
Excuse me, please.
What my mum pulled out the other day was outstairs. It's downstairs and outside in one word.
Yeah, stop worrying.
That's quite useful.
Yeah, it was a flub. She went, I meant downstairs and outside, but I went, no, keep that.
Yeah.
Because outstairs is handy. It condenses language.
Yeah. It's like text talk. Did your mum use a phone like for texting?
She's got, I think I mentioned this in a previous episode, she's got more gadgets than I do.
Oh.
She's got an
Oh,
iPhone,
yes, yeah.
she's got a tablet,
Yeah.
she's got a laptop.
Yeah.
I've only got a phone and a laptop. I don't
She's
have a tablet.
connected.
Yeah.
She's connected.
And do you know what she does? She plays fucking about 5 different app games.
Yeah.
Like Candy Crush, and then Bejeweled, and then some other puzzle thing.
So
So she rotates them. She doesn't pay money to play them.
Yeah.
She plays one until her time runs out and then moves on to the next. And by the time she's done the circuit, the first one's unlocked again,
Yeah.
so she just plays it all the time.
into the app thing.
Mm-hmm.
That Flappy Bird or some bullshit.
Flappy Bird.
Flappy Bird.
Yes. I've got it.
50 grand a day.
£50,000 a day, and he's pulled it.
He's pulled it.
Yeah.
And there was today actually there was a little bit of news explaining exactly why he pulled it. There's a couple of rumours. Some because of the hate mail. Some because Nintendo finally kind of made him cave with I don't know, is it not a do not resuscitate? I don't know why I had a DNR in my head. What is it, a cease and desist? Yeah.
What? They're going to murder him.
Just the bird.
Murdered by Nintendo.
But it turns out that he thought it was too addictive. Or that's the press release kind of thing that he's doing. But, yeah.
I heard he did it because he was just getting
He was getting
stick.
so much.
So much stick.
Yeah.
For stealing pipes.
It's not only that, I mean, it's a borrowed game at the end of the day.
Yeah, it's completely
it's you know...
But it's
to
one
be
of
honest,
many.
Yeah,
Think of how many assets are taken from like Mario or Metroid or fucking Castlevania.
Yeah, but it's like, I mean, what was the last game that you played that wasn't borrowed in one sense or another? They all are, you know?
Yeah.
Since the Atari, I think, you know...
But we, again, I keep coming back to previous episodes. You should watch all our previous episodes if you haven't seen them all. And if you have seen them all, go and watch them again.
Yeah.
Tell all your friends, share it, and blah, blah, blah. But we had a bit of a piss off about Candy Crush
Yes.
and King, right? Trying to copyright the name Candy because it's a, part of the trademark, right?
Yeah.
And everyone on the internet went, I can't believe they're trying to trademark the name Candy. That's disgusting. How dare they think blah, 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 right? This bloke puts a fucking pipe in a game and immediately he's tearing off Nintendo.
Yeah.
You can't have it both ways. Either it's free license to be influenced by something and protect your property, or it's not. You can't get pissed off at one person and not the other. It's got to be consistent.
Well, speaking of Flappy Bird making a huge amount of money, Candy Crush is up there with the highest rating free-to-play game. The money it's taken in. Now, I don't know exactly how much, but I was reading an article on Joystick this morning that was giving us a hint as to what the second rating was. And I believe this was something called like the Age of Empires, or it's a free-to-play kind of civilization-based game. I'll see if I can dig up the article at some point soon. But that game was making $650 1,000 a day.
What was?
The second rating freest play. It's like Age of Empires or something online.
Is that the one that's been advertised on TV?
Yes.
Right. Okay.
650,000, and the game is free to download.
Yeah.
It is literally just through in-app purchases,
Right.
and that is absolutely crazy. To be able to put that together is just phenomenal, and I just don't understand it. I mean, it looks quite fun in a very simplistic way, but I don't know where that came from. But then you've got the other end of the spectrum where, I don't know, you're a kind of a 90s gamer kid.
Yeah.
So,
Goat Simulator.
mate, Goat Simulator is the game to play. If you haven't played Goat Simulator, you need to...
I've never played
You
Goat
haven't played it because it's not out yet.
I've never played Goat Simulator.
But it was knocked together in a couple of hours just for a kind of look what we can do in a really limited time frame.
Right.
And the internet have taken it by storm. They want Goat Simulator out, and now you can pre-order it, and it is on Steam, and it will let you use an axe. But it just looks
So
as
you play as a goat?
you are the goat.
You are the goat.
You
with
are
his
the-
axes.
Yep.
It's not going to be a completely lifelike simulation then, right?
Well, I mean, what the goats get up to when we're not watching? You
I'm
can't.
go out on a limb and say I don't fucking wield axes.
Well, I mean, you've heard the phrase, "What noise does a tree make when it falls down in the forest when no one's around?"
You fool to ever mention the word diamond.
How do you think they fall down?
An orangutan.
And another thing, boss.
Goats.
Goats. What about in areas where there aren't any goats?
Well, there are, because the goats are there, but they obviously move.
Just be patient. It won't be long now before the map.
So are they goat ninjas?
Goat ninjas. They are
Goat ninjas.
kind of ninjistic. Ninjastic?
Ninjastic.
Ninjastic.
I like that as a term.
Like majestic.
Yeah, ninjastic.
But yeah, sorry. Clash of Clans was the game.
Clash of Clans
Come on, Stanley.
is making over $650,000
A day.
day
A day.
from microtransaction sales.
Alone. And then you've got...
That's fucking mental.
It is crazy. So this is obviously where people are going now, the microtransactions, and that explains the horrific mess that's happened with Dungeon Keeper, which I don't know if you're aware of, has just been re-released on phones.
Yeah, and that's getting a lot of stick because also you don't pay to play, you pay to be allowed to play.
Yes, exactly. It's pretty grim, and it's obviously shat over the Dungeon Keeper heritage,
Which was pretty fucked to begin with, to be honest.
I
love Dungeon Keeper,
yeah,
but
it's been a long time.
Harry, some tea for Mr. Johnson.
but Dungeon Keeper 2 was also cool.
I liked Dungeon Keeper too,
You're looking marvelous yourself.
but again, it was Bullfrog, wasn't it? And they were a damn good studio, and a British studio at that.
May I
Yeah.
see it?
Magic
I
Pockets.
made two of my favourite games of all time.
Yeah.
Theme Park and Syndicate.
Syndicate's so good. Again, that's been recently raped into a
Yeah, it was
first-person
a first-person
shooter,
shooter for reasons I don't understand.
because that's what sells at the end of the day.
You have in mind.
But then
Apparently,
they were gonna do the same thing with XCOM. They were gonna release XCOM as a first-person shooter,
Yeah.
See the map?
and then eventually they went, no, actually let's just update the fucking isometric top-down strategy thing.
Yeah.
And did it, sold millions and millions, and it was really successful. Do you know what they're gonna do next? First-person shooter.
It annoys me, but I mean, it must be difficult if you're a developer. You see stuff like Call of Duty, which put out the same game every year and sell absolutely millions, and then you do try and do something like stay successful.
But
Stay
why,
close
why
to
jump into it? If the Infinity something, you might Call of Duty.
Yeah.
They
Infinity Edge or
don't
something.
branch out into strategy games.
Yeah.
They don't branch out into platformers.
Yeah.
Right. And I don't think they could make a game as good as XCOM or as good as
No.
fucking Super Mario, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
So I don't understand why the companies who make good examples of those other genres try to get into the first-person shooter because there's too much competition.
Well, too much. And there are some shockingly bad first-person shooters out there. Legend. Have you played that? Legendary.
No.
Awful. Absolutely
Was
awful.
it shocking?
Absolutely terrible.
Certainly. Worse than that? I should say it is.
But for some reason I've bought it on Xbox 360 and on the PC because I'm just a complete dick.
Never mind that, it's worse than that. Oh, are we in
Alright, so
Wait a minute.
if you're not into computer games, this is going to be a really boring episode.
Yeah.
So apologies for that.
But if you are into making money, then
What you doing, boys? Going
you know,
somewhere, fellas?
pay attention and release an app that's got a shit ton of microtransactions, and
Yeah.
then I will never download it.
Go ahead.
So
Chip off my shoulder. Not that.
we'll call it a break here.
Go with it. Oh.
And we'll say in the next episode,
We might pay attention
we
to the
might
movie.
actually talk about the film and try and be funny. Who knows?
I'm thinking, fuck that shit.